Hey everyone, it's time for the Group 2 Skiroko or Skirokos?
Scirocco,
Shirako
maybe.
raffle. We promised you guys that we would have 4,200 VRP, and as you heard, we have Andrew D, who's my victim for this raffle.
Yes, chosen victim for this round.
Thank you for joining me. It's a little less boring. You can share the excitement type thing. Andrew is in this. Oh my God, how many times? Quite a bit. Andrew,
I think I did the whole.
you
Yeah, I
did
did the
all
whole
of them.
thing.
So Andrew's gonna be in here 7 times. So the way that we did it, if you showed up for a round, even if you did not finish or you just did one race out of two, you are entered. So, for example, first round at Mortalan Aragon, Dennis, Andrew, etc. Goes down the list of people that showed up. So, yeah, I had a DNF here. I threw my gamepad across the room, but I still showed up.
Yep, that's all it takes.
So that's how we're gonna do it. And so first prize is gonna be 1,200 VRP. So that's the first spin that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do 6 draw of 500 VRP. And when you win a prize, your name gets removed from the wheel. So more chances for the rest of people that didn't win yet. Okay.
So we're talking real, honest to goodness race room funny money, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Without
it's not virtual rupee or something. People are calling that the rupees. It's
the
fake
rupee.
money.
Race room rupee.
All right, and let's do one wheel spin right now. Big money, big prizes. Who gets it? Ooh, Dennis Johnson. You get the big prize. All right. So what we
And
do? Go ahead.
just a question. What was that empty one that it just cleared over? Is that just a space filler? Or?
It's a space that I put in between each round to separate them, and it's a ESR logo. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
remove all instances of Dennis Johnson,
So
and
Dennis won the big prize, eh?
he won the big 1,200 VRP. All right.
Oh,
Next
I'll
one
be
is
happy.
500 VRPs. Who gets it? Come on, Harry. Perfect. He'll be happy.
Oh yeah.
I even gave him 500 VRP so that he could join us at the start of this. So we'll see. Maybe he'll buy more good stuff.
Yeah, he got a DNF, so he'll be happy about that.
You know what'd be crazy is if like Shannon Flynn wins after showing up for one round.
For one round, yeah.
Oh, Scott. Yep. There you
Oh,
go.
for sure, Scott's going to be swearing.
Is Scott ever happy?
I don't know. He'll be swearing he didn't win the 1200.
Probably. All right, next one. We still got 3 more spin, I believe. We'll see. Maybe I can't count. 0 here. Oh, shit. Yep. There we
And he
go.
only did like 3 races.
3 rounds. Yeah.
3 rounds, yeah.
All right. So this is what we got so far. Oh, okay. So we now have 3 more spins. You were pretty close to get it there, Andrew.
Yeah.
You were trying
But
to. You really wanted the
people
1,200.
people would say it was rigged if I got
Nice. There you go. Well, totally
it. So.
deserved.
Oh, well.
You showed up. You finished each round, even though it was not going well. Sometimes you stuck with it.
Was this Will's first or second series that he's in?
I think it's a first series with us. He was dipping his
Yeah.
toe in sim racing multiplayer with people, and yeah, welcome. Well,
So
hopefully you
first
do more.
series, and he gets a pile of VRP.
Perfect. All right, next one. Can I get 500? I'd like that because I need to buy Bruno. Bruno.
Yeah,
Oh,
Burno, I guess that's how you say it.
no. Sorry, Zach. So I'll remove I'll remove that one logo. And here we go. Oh my god.
Oh, look at that. He gets
Oh,
it anyway.
yep. There you go. Nice. All right. So we have, what is it? One more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. That's it. Last spin. Come on. I need this. Oh, come on. Yes.
It's rigged.
No, you saw it live. That's why I bring witnesses. Otherwise I
No.
could just redo the video over and over
And over and over. Yeah,
until
that's
I
right.
win something. But, nah, I wouldn't. But anyway. All right. Well, there you go. We have our list of winners here. Dennis Johnson, 1200 VRP. Ariel Scott, Zerier, Will, Zach, and me get 500 VRPs. So that's pretty good.
All right. Awesome.
Now it's time to show for the next series. A while back, actually, hold on, I'm missing one little bit of information here. There we go. I got it right here. So a while back, we started talking with Tugas and Esports Argentina, because I really wanted them to join our Saturday stuff, because, well, that's when I can actually race, and I want to have 30 people on the track, like even more if I could. It's as you know, people that have been racing with ESR, it happened a few times that we had 31 people. That's pretty rare. But other than that, it usually drops in the 20s or under 20s very quickly. So my hope is with the next series, and I'm gonna dissipate fear here. There's a few guys that ESR that were a little concerned about multi-community. Dennis. This is an ESR run series. Yes, they will be there, but it's still gonna be stewarded by Jack. It's still gonna have the same lap 1 review, same expectation of rules. We're gonna be a little bit more hardcore with the penalties because I don't want to let anything slide. If Mike sees something during commentary, he will take note of it. He will let me know, and even if the commentary comes out late, that will be called. I want to be as hardcore as possible with keeping everyone in check. Now, one other thing too is we're gonna require as much as possible everyone to show up, and if you don't show up, you get one freebie that you did not tell us that you were missing. That's fine, but the next one you get dropped as a reserve, and you might even get point penalty. I need to decide on that. I'm not too sure if it's worth it, but we really want people to show up and have a fully fledged series. Now let's get into the details. We've been talking about all these other boring bits without talking about the exciting stuff. And well, it's a GTE with the ADAC 2020, so GT3, aka GT3, that we're going to be racing. Unfortunately, the GTE right now, I'm going to load that up while we're talking.
These are all the white cars.
They're all white. And there's one that doesn't even have a number. And the number, the description is they usually have a number. It only says white, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But apart from that, the car is fantastic. They are a blast to drive, and I know that Mike's probably going to be very unhappy with the fact that all these cars look the same. It's going to be hard to describe the action, and I get it.
And right off the bat, there's two 911s.
Yeah.
Number 911, 911.
Yeah, a 24-hour version and a non-24 hours. So, yeah, and you can see this one here. This is the one I'm going to pick, by the way, because since I'm the one creating the series, I get first dib. I'm going for the full white one.
I was going to take that.
Oh, well, we're probably going to allow more than one of each livery because, well, we want to have about a dozen, I would say, of the GTE and, the rest in GT3 or ADAC. So the reason why we went with the ADAC as well is we know it's a popular, it's a very popular car, as you can see in ACC, right? So we know that it's going to attract people, and hopefully people will stick with it. It's a long series because it's going to be bi-weekly. So this is where what is new about all of this is it's going to go on until, what is this, November? Yeah.
Yep.
So this is what we have so far. And there's going to be a mix of 60 minutes and 90 minutes. There's no reverse grid, there's no sprint or anything like that. The pit status, I think it's going to be mandatory. I mean, we're going to talk about it a little bit more with the group and figure out if we want to make it mandatory or if people really want to do a one stint. It's all on them. But I mean, it would kind of be fun too, because the 90 minutes we would be forced to do a pit, right, Andrew? Like,
yeah, you got to pit stop. If you're not going to do a reverse grid, then you got to do a pit stop.
Yeah. So I'm taking Andrew's advice here. I think overall it makes sense to have a mandatory pit somewhere in there to keep the action going.
Yeah. Plus, there's people that out front that are just going to run away with it. So with a pit stop, you have the chance of mixing things up a bit.
And we're probably going to have ballast, and the ballast system would be per podium, not a crazy like top 10 like I used to have. More of a podium. You got a podium, you get a ballast, and you keep it until the end of the season. It's basically it, right? But I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. It's just to prevent, the Caleb Gonzalez, who would never be touched at the front. Give him a little bit of ballast, and suddenly, he's doing top 5. So it makes a lot more sense that way. And Tugas and eSport Argentina, they're good drivers. Yes, some of them can be aggressive. That's okay. That's why I want this series to be run with ESR rule as much as possible, and hopefully ease everyone's fear that it's going to be a little bit rough like Thursday. Go ahead.
And is the penalties going to be the same as this series where you add in time?
Again, that's something that I need to check with them, but I believe adding time is more efficient than points. But that's just me. It just drops you in the position that you finished in, and might promote someone to a podium and more points. So I prefer that personally, but I'll talk to them. All stuff that needs to be decided very soon. And apart from that, on July 3rd and 10, we're gonna have fun series, 4 races on 2 different weekends with 4 different cars. So on the same track on each weekend, except different layouts.
Different layouts.
Yeah. So, and on the 24th, I'm expecting Mike. Or maybe the 31st, actually. Maybe the series will be... Oh, no, 31st is taken. That's right. I forgot about that.
That's Enduro?
Yeah, it's the new multi-class trophy, right? The 17 and 31st. So you can see here, 17 and 31st.
Okay. So are you running an Enduro this season?
The monthly Enduro was canceled. The ACC monthly Enduro. It was canceled because numbers were too low for, 2-hour race we did, or was it an hour and a half race? The numbers were getting lower and lower.
Well, it's ACC. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, what we really want to do is a long race with like driver swap and like. We have a vote currently going on in the Enduro channel, which is right here, and you can see that this is what people are voting for here. Most interesting one-off multi-driver event that require a little bit more commitment, but people seem to be wanting that. So, hey, why not?
Yeah.
We've been talking with RWB maybe to join some of their events because they have a 9-hour coming up. And if ESR would be interested in doing it, I'm going to talk to Mike tonight. We would have
single 9-hour race.
Yeah, but you can have teams of 2 to 4 drivers. So, driver swap. It'd be interesting. But yeah, if we are interested in joining with that, talk to Mike and I'll see if we would have priority booking. So we could promote the hell out of it to get as many driver and team as we can have and jump on that. It might be a hell of a lot of fun. I might actually do it too. Hell, I've never done more than 2-hour drives, so why not? All right. Well, that's all I have for my shilling. Andrew, you got anything else to add about our previous series that just finished, the Group 2?
I think a lot of people missed out. I know in some ways it was a horrible car, but in other ways it was a great car. And definitely with the reverse grid, I think there was a lot of tight racing there, a lot of good racing. So
yeah, it's a car that's easy to drive but very hard to master and can be frustrating. If you look at Scott in the last round, he was pretty out of it. And I will say that on round 2, I was not too enchanted by the car either, but it is still fun to drive because of the way that the car reacted, like the bump and drive, like you could bump into each other and still get away with it. No one would just slip and slide all over the track, It was a solid car. But anyway,
I was doing a sort of a test run of the race recap thing, and there was one where you were sandwiched between Arnaud and Johnson.
Yeah.
And they had you all tangled up, yet you were able to recover. And that, this car was good for that, where you could get bashed around.
Can you imagine a situation like that with like the old GTR2 physics?
Yeah, you're gone immediately. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you, Andrew, for joining with this. It's always a pleasure, and I'm happy to have you anytime you want to come and help me out with this.
Righto.
All right. Dropping the recording now.